You're watching Your View.
Thank you for joining us. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends. We welcome you back inside the 7 Mile Casino studios of Kaplan and Crew, along with Grande and the Brown Man. Hey, for those of you that are with us on 1090 on radio, I got to say, really, really awesome to watch 1090 like coming back. I don't know if you guys saw this or not on Saturday. Grande, Brown Man, I don't know if you guys saw a bunch of social media stuff, but the guys from Let's Talk Hookup did a live broadcast from a car dealership on Saturday. And dude, the Let's Talk Hookup crowd, they show up, man. The anglers, I'm like, yo, aren't you guys supposed to be out on the water right now catching fish? They're like, nope, I'm here at a Ford dealership watching the live broadcast of a radio show. So it's really, really great. I don't know if you guys caught up to this or not, but it's great to see.
I saw it.
1090 is back to impacting the community to a point where on a Saturday, on a holiday weekend for a fishing show, hey, guys, I know you guys have been on the air forever, so all the love and respect. But I'm saying that community of fishermen, of anglers, of 1090 listeners, dude, they showed up. And congratulations to Pete and Bill. And I say Bill Hagan. I mean, like the whole team from Let's Talk Hookup and 1090. That was cool. Did you guys? I was shocked by that.
Listen, man, you just got off the boat. You know how them fishing people get down. Don't disrespect their community like that. They show up and they show out. I'm surprised they didn't have like fishing hats on and vest.
I liked it. I thought it was really, really cool to see all those people out. And I'll just say this before we get back to where we were. You know, I saw two examples this weekend of things that tell me the world is coming back, at least the world that we live in. I was at a bar on a Saturday afternoon watching a friend of mine's band play, and it was packed from 3 to 6 in the afternoon. Nobody was wearing a mask. Everybody was high-fiving and shaking hands and hugging it out and dancing and sweating. I mean, it was awesome. That was Saturday. And Sunday, guys, I went to a wedding where everybody had to send in advance their verification of vaccination so that everybody at the wedding knew we're all vaccinated. Nobody here is wearing a mask. And let me tell you, it was dancing and sweating. And I say sweating, I mean, it's a Jewish wedding. We're raising people up and down in chairs and stuff, you know, and I'm the leader of all of that. I like to get right in the middle of it because then you get into every good picture. Anyway, so no masks, everybody vaxxed, everybody hugging it out. And one of my buddies gave me this big hug and he's like, we're free again. We can do this again. I was like, oh man, I didn't even really think about it like that, but it's true. You know, went to a wedding, 200 plus people, everybody vaxxed and everybody could be all over each other. I don't know about you guys. Are you seeing and feeling the same thing out there?
Oh yeah.
I was out all weekend.
Man, we had Alex muted.
No,
and on screen. No way, man. We got you for a good 5 seconds of muted.
It was not 5 seconds, but anyways,
muted on camera. You should get a yellow card.
You should yellow card yourself.
Yellow card yourself.
Okay. I don't have the video. Okay. Anyways, I was out all weekend, and I will tell you, Friday in North Park, everything packed. Saturday, where was I on Saturday? Dude, watching the soccer game at a bar, packed indoors. Sunday after dinner, went to Little Italy, couldn't get in anywhere. Everything had a line. Waterfront around the corner. Kettner Exchange, packed. Little Italy, like the main street, Grape, whatever. Is it Grape or India? India, just packed, dude. Everything packed, ready to come back. I mean, not ready to come back. It's back.
This is very encouraging for America, what I saw this weekend, because it reminds you that what a beautiful city we live in, one, and there's so many things to take part in on a weekend basis that now seem to be extra juiced because everybody's been trapped inside for so long. So I thought it was fantastic to see everybody out and about and back and just enjoying the sun and the overcast.
Yeah, we're going to go from May gray right into June gloom. So it's Kaplan and Crew. We are back on the radio on 1090, and I love that people are continuing to find that 1090 is back on the air. We're streaming right now on YouTube. We ask everybody get involved in the YouTube chat. Send a thumbs up. I'm asking everybody to do us the favor of click the share button on YouTube and send it out to your friends, whether you have group texts or you have a good Twitter following. push the share button and send it out. And on Twitter at Kaplan and Crew, when Alex sends out tweets with all the information about the show, retweet that stuff and help circulate it. And by the way, since I'm doing a whole bunch of promotion here, go on to our website, kaplanandcrew.com. That's where you find everything. It's our YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Sided, Browner blog, the whole thing. Now, I sent you guys earlier today the Google Analytics from Cousin Nancy from Wicked Graphics. Did either of you guys even open the email and take a look at that?
Yes.
Yeah. That's a yes. And
absolutely.
And absolutely not.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Cousin Nancy's been telling me, Scott, if you go on the radio and you go on TV and you tell people about kaplanandcrew.com, they'll come visit the website. Well, Google Analytics tells us everything we need to know. The numbers don't lie. I mean, this past month, our numbers are everything's in green and pointing upward because people are coming. Now, I just embedded this today, sided debate of the day. The Lakers and Suns are tied at 2-2. Chris Paul's shoulder is improving while AD's groin will knock him out. Who wins the series now? Alex, I see you haven't voted. Are you still on your Lakers, or are you now thinking the Suns could win this series?
It depends on tonight. If LeBron comes out and he puts those wide shoulders to use like he said he would do, then they could still win the series. But I'm not very optimistic.
So vote. Let me
at
see.
all.
Let me see you vote on this. Let's see what happens here. Alex votes for the
I'm not
Lakers.
logged in.
Oh, you're not logged in? All right. Alex is going to vote for the Lakers. All right. So look,
I will.
scroll down just for one more thing, because I know we're going to have a lot of people on TV.
Oh,
I
two
don't-
debates of the
Oh
day.
man, I guess I'm trying my best to learn how to do all this stuff, with WordPress. Cousin Nancy's teaching me, but I guess I'm still not really there yet. This right here, Browner. I'm glad you looked at the Google Analytics, because outside of just coming to our homepage and seeing what's going on our website, these blog entries are doing very, very well. So you got to keep them coming, my dog.
That's right. That's right. Shout out to all the people reading the Brown Bag blog. Triple B in the building. It's time to get that sponsored by the UT.
No.
The Brown Bag blog sponsored by the UT.
No. Get the Brown Bag blog sponsored by the Big Baller brand. I mean, it's the Triple B, yo.
Triple B supporting the Triple B.
That's what I'm talking about.
I can respect that. Shout out. Call me LeVar.
He's still alive? Still a thing?
Come on, man. Don't do that to LeVar. Don't do that to LeVar. Yeah, he's still out here. He got 3 sons with 2.5 sons in the NBA. He's still out here. One of them about to get mad paid this offseason.
Who?
Lonzo Ball. Come get the Chicago Bull paycheck, baby. Max deal.
Really? All right.
Giving Lonzo the max.
All right, so let me back up to where we were as we welcome you back inside the 7 Mile Casino Studios. Let me back up to where we were, and then we'll start making our way forward. Okay, here goes. So we were talking about, Browner brought up this young female tennis player, Osaka is her name. And what's her first name? Is it Naomi?
Naomi.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't really know much about her career, if I'm being honest. The only thing I really still follow is Serena Williams. I'm just not that into tennis, okay? But I am into the story. The story is, she says, and I'm not doubting her claim, but she says that she has some mental health related issues like anxiety. And in the process of saying, look, I don't want to meet with the media. I don't want to do press conferences. And the reason she doesn't want to do press conferences, she put out a tweet about it. And pretty much what she was saying is, and this is where I think it rubs some people kind of the wrong way, is, hey, look, it's the same questions. It's criticism from people that don't know me. It's just it's stuff I don't want to have to deal with. So I'm out on press conferences. And, I can understand the point of, they ask me questions that have been asked over and over again, or there's a critical nature to the questions that I don't want to have to deal with. Okay. I got that. But I felt like the media would come back at her because I felt like she was taking a shot at them. Here's what I'll say. I don't really feel like her press conferences are going to impact my life in any way. If she does the press conference, it doesn't help me. And if she doesn't do the press conference, it doesn't hurt me. And I don't mean me, but if you're the media, if you're covering tennis professionally and you're writing for a newspaper or a magazine, an online publication, et cetera, and you now no longer have any access to ask any questions, to get any answers, does that impact the way you do your job?
Here's something crazy. You might write better. Because they don't tell you anything. No news gets made in these press conferences at all, ever. especially in tennis, ever. So maybe if that's removed, that crutch is removed, those pre-written articles that you already have done, you're just putting in quotes, you might become a better writer because you may actually have to use your skills to write about what you saw, as opposed to this stamp and repeat that a lot of these guys do. She's right. They ask the same questions over and over. It happens in every sport. It's repetitive and it's tiring.
All right, so let me ask you a
do
question.
better.
So, here we go. Do better. Here we go. So let me ask you a question. So hypothetical. This is where I'm trying to get at. For everybody that says she's right, she's got a good point. If you don't agree with her, you're bound to be painted as, oh, you're a bad guy. You're
Well, I hope not.
anti-mental health. Not the case.
Oh,
I think that here's my concern. It's this. Will other athletes use her leadership as a crutch to get out of doing something they don't want to do? So you think Kyrie Irving wants to do this? You think LeBron James wants to have to do this? You think these guys like sitting there and occasionally facing a critical question or a question that is not positive for them? So what I'm asking is, if this were LeBron James saying, I've got social anxiety, I'm out on all press conferences. If this were Kevin Durant saying, I am never doing another press conference again because I have anxiety and I can't deal with it. Are we good then? Is that okay? Or is it just that she's young, she's female, she has some sort of, mental health issue, and so everybody just piles on her side? Because, by the way, no one cares about this other than people in the media, which, again, I don't really care.
I agree.
Like there's a show on CNN on Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings. I don't remember what the name of it is, but it's all about
press.
No, not Meet the Press. It's this guy Brian Seltzer, and all he does is he covers how the media covers stories. And I remember a few weeks ago he was doing this story about how Israel blew up this building in Gaza, and there was Al Jazeera and AP were both in this building, and the media was demanding from the Israeli government. They wanted evidence as to why that building was blown up. Like the media was demanding. And see, that's just it. Nobody cares about this other than the people that are impacted by it, the tennis media, which means it's even smaller and nobody cares. But the mental health thing, now this is a big part of the story, because she could be doing a lot of good by presenting that this is real and a lot of people are dealing with it, even when you're the number 2 tennis player in the world. But it kind of sounded like, I don't want to do this. You people are a pain in my ass. You're not positive and good for me. So guess what? I'm not doing this. And that's kind of the way it sounded. Alex, you usually play voice of calm and reason here. Browner is very much on the she's entitled to get out of this. And
no, Browner's on the media sucks side.
Yeah.
So it's pointless.
Yeah. And I'm on the I gotta admit it, this is not usually where I stand. I'm a little torn. I'm appreciative of the mental health related issue, but she's a professional athlete. Part of her job, that's why her tennis organization says, no, you have press commitments. And in theory, she's impacting how other people are able to or not able to do their jobs, because it's been customary for all these years that everybody does press conferences.
I disagree. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's not the case. It's not. It hasn't been customary.
No. It is customary, but you're not interfering. She's not interfering with you doing your job, because the job was done. Your job is because of what she's doing. You saw what she did,
and then her league says to her, "Hey, so all these people are here covering our sport and our event, and we make all of our players available to the media,"
which she was.
Right, but then she decided she was no longer.
But if you do a post-match interview,
one interview with one person who asks a couple of questions, real quick,
questions on the court,
right? And
put it this way. Let me put it this way: we get done with an NFL football game. Let's go downstairs to Scott. I'm standing there with one of the players. Okay, it's not the quarterback, because the quarterback's got a TV commitment. I've got the radio. So I've got the linebacker that made the interception. I'm standing here with so-and-so, question 1, question 2, question 3, thank you, goodbye. Could you imagine if that was the only access that media had to a player after a game, was one guy, 3 questions?
In a sport like football, basketball, baseball, hockey, yes, that would be difficult. In a sport like golf, yeah, you could go without it. because that's all you need. Like, what else is there to talk about? Because they usually ask the most important questions.
I totally disagree. Totally disagree. The post-game interview is quick.
Fluff.
It's total fluff. I admit it myself. It's pure fluff. I conduct them and it's fluff. Now, when you go to the locker room and there's 10 guys standing around Aaron Rodgers and 10 people have 10 different kinds of questions, that's when you may gain something from that.
But the 10 people are asking the same 10 questions.
Not necessarily. It's a blanket statement.
Okay. I will challenge you or Alex or myself or whomever today. Listen to the Padres post-game press conference.
No, let's talk about what happened this weekend. We never, without the post-game press conference, you never get KD's answer about Kyrie Irving, the thing that blew up everywhere, the thing that everybody played on every network about how fans need to show respect. We're not circus animals, and like fans have to show respect to the players. That's the stuff that you got from the post-game press conference, not on the court. And I'm not telling you that it happens every single time, because I know it doesn't happen every single time. And I'm not even trying to advocate and disagree with Browner, because I do think a lot of times they already know what questions are coming. My only thing is, it is part of their job. And if they want to have a whole, and this is what Naomi said in her statement, I think the rule's outdated, then that's a whole other conversation. Because as of right now, that's part of a professional athlete's job, especially when you're a tennis player, when it's just you, you're not a team. It's just you. It's just you. So you have to speak for yourself. You speak, and only you speak for yourself. And I just think that's part of the job. I actually like what she did. And it sucks that it came to the point where she withdrew. But she's like, you know what? I really feel this way. I don't want to make it about me anymore, because this is what the whole thing was about, me having anxiety about talking about myself. So I'm just going to bounce. So I respect that. I think it sucks that it came to that. But those are the rules right now, man. And if you want to like not have athletes talk after a game, that's a whole separate discussion. But if you're going to like, I'm not criticizing Naomi for feeling the way she feels. That's normal. I applaud her for coming out and saying that. I actually applaud her for bouncing, even though I don't think she needed to do it in the first place. But those are the rules. And Browner, you can say all you want about media, dude, but there's how many times we play stuff on the show from a post-game press conference because it made news. It happens all the time.
In team sports, I agree with you. In team sports, because there's a lot of other different people to talk to. There's a lot of different avenues and opinions that you can get from different people. When you're asking the same person the same question in a different way repeatedly. Again, this isn't the first time that she's complained about this. This is just the first time she's quit because of it. And not quit the entire game. She just quit this particular tournament, because I also think the adults, I mean, she is an adult, but the people running the WTA should have had a better response to this. Yes, you can fine her, but have a conversation with her beforehand, saying, hey, we really need you to do this. Here's why. Now, we can limit who comes in. We can limit this or try to tinker it this way or that way. But don't just say you do it or nothing.
Well, look, I mean, she's got an issue in her life, right? Can we all agree on that?
Yes,
she has an issue.
Yes.
Do you think she's the only athlete who's dealing with this?
Of course not.
Do you think that other athletes who are dealing with this are going to press conferences?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Well, my answer is of course they are. I mean, listen, we don't know everything about everybody's life, okay? And this is why what she's done is actually spread awareness, which is great news. Look, let me say this about mental health, okay? And this is why it's like, if you think this is part of the job, you're going to get painted as somebody who's not politically correct, because the most politically correct thing to do right now is go, good for her. This is great. Screw the media, Fine, I'm with that. Screw the media. Screw them. But I'm just telling you, like, this is her deeper issue, and it's good that she's talking about it. But I got to agree with Alex here. Part of the job is there are commitments to media. We don't say you have to go do individual interviews with everybody, but we do require you sit here for 15 or 20 minutes and answer questions. It's part of the job. I don't know, man. I think if this were LeBron James doing this, people would have a lot more.
Browner would be calling him soft.
Yeah, they'd be a lot.
Browner would be all over LeBron James if LeBron was doing this, because he's soft. He lost the game. He doesn't want to participate. He's soft. He's soft. He's soft.
Well, she won the match, 1. 2, if LeBron came out and said, I'm having depression issues, I would not
She never
call
said that. She has social anxiety.
depression, social anxiety, anything that makes it uncomfortable for you to speak in front of people. If LeBron came out and said he was struggling with this, I wouldn't call him soft. No, because Kevin Love said the exact same thing. I didn't call Kevin Love soft. I said some of the things that he's done on the court was stupid and selfish, but I never called him soft because I don't understand the shoes that these particular people are walking through. And this is another thing. We talk so much in this country about suicide and mass shooters and all this other stuff. When people are asking for attention, we can't ignore them. And I'm not saying that no one here is doing that. No one's ignoring her, what she's saying. Everyone is sympathetic, has a sympathetic ear to what she's going through. But if we're going to talk about things once they happen, we need to start talking about things, the warning signs, before they actually happen.
See, now this is the part of the conversation where I think we will definitely agree. All right, much more to come on the way as we'll come back to the 7 Mile Casino Studios. I want to tell you a quick story. I was at a wedding this past weekend.
You got married?
No, I did not. And all the guys at the wedding are talking about one thing. Just talking about one thing, Fernando Tatis Jr. and how incredible this guy is. I want to pick up that story coming right back.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Catch Kaplan and Crew Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. If you've listened to Scott Kaplan the last 20 years, you know one thing. He likes to stir up some A new generation of radio. The all-new and mightier 1090.
Adios, love handles.
Adios, couch.
Adios, Quarantine 15.
Say adios to the quarantine bod with Pollo Fit Bowls, made with fire-grilled chicken and organic super greens from El Pollo Loco.
The Olympic Games, where the eyes of the world will turn to Tokyo for the greatest show on Earth. Catch all the action leading up to the Olympic Games on Countdown to Tokyo every Tuesday at 7 on YourView. You'll get the latest news on preparations for the Games, details about the sports involved, and in-depth insights into teams, athletes, and the host city. Don't miss Countdown to Tokyo, Tuesdays at 7 on YourView.
Don't worry, Gracie. The curtain only goes up when everyone has a part to play. Whoa, okay, I gotcha. Uh-oh, whoa, watch out for those audio cables.
I'm gonna be sick.
To the left! I am not going out there without Gracie.
Neither am I. A little help?
No pressure.
We have a term for typical cheese-filled, grease-covered, regret-inducing takeout. That's why dinner from El Pollo Loco is always fire-grilled, freshly prepared, feel-good food. The $20 Familia Dinner from El Pollo Loco.
Time now for Kaplan and Crew tonight's Community Connect.
Shelter to Soldiers selects dogs from shelters and rescue groups all throughout California. Our ideal candidate at Shelter to Soldier is 8 months to a year and a half old. They're confident in different environments. They have strong social drive. Another motivator like food or toy drive. And ultimately, these are dogs that want to have a job and that have a greater purpose to become a service dog. Currently, about 85% of our dogs pass their service dog training. But if they don't pass, they become a career change. We don't like to use the word failure around here. So career change to an emotional support animal, or if that doesn't work out, then they career change to a pet dog. Still finding a loving placement and purpose in life.
Welcome to the Jacobs & Cushman San Diego Food Bank. in our 90,000 square foot facility. We feed 350,000 people every single month. Many people ask, how can I help? You can volunteer for the San Diego Food Bank. Just go to san-diego-foodbank.org, register to volunteer. No group is too small, no group is too large, but those volunteers are integral to our success in feeding the community. Another way you can help is by hosting a food drive. Just go online and register your group, your company, or organization. It's that easy. Another great way is through our virtual food drive, where you can literally buy food on our behalf. Lastly, another great way to make an impact is to go online and make a financial contribution to the San Diego or North County Food Bank. On behalf of the San Diego Food Bank, our staff, our volunteers, and the 350,000 people we serve every month, thank you for helping us fight hunger and feed hope in San Diego County.
Rich Eisen here, inviting you to catch my show, The Rich Eisen Show, on our flagship radio station, the Mightier 1090. We're on every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to noon Pacific time. You'll like what you hear. If not, that's just, I guess, too bad.
A new generation of radio, the all-new and Mightier 1090.
Adios, love handles.
Adios, couch.
Adios, Quarantine 15.
Say adios to the quarantine bod with Pollo Fit Bowls, made with fire-grilled chicken and organic super greens from El Pollo Loco.
Cancer Center is the only comprehensive cancer center in San Diego, which has NCI designation, which NCI stands for National Cancer Institute. And this is designated to only the highest possible ratings for cancer centers in the country. And that means that it's experts in every medical subspecialty pushing boundaries for difficult to treat cancers. We have a unique blend of cancer research and patient care, which really helps us take care of the whole patient from bench to bedside interventions with the latest research, and we're really pushing the boundaries to treat each individual cancer as much as possible. We're very proud of our leadership here in the community at UCSD.
We have a term for typical cheese-filled, grease-covered, regret-inducing takeout. That's why dinner from El Pollo Loco is always fire-grilled, freshly prepared, feel-good food. The $20 Familia Dinner from El Pollo Loco.
Here's Kaplan Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
The college baseball regular season has officially wrapped up, and that means that the road to Omaha has begun. UC Irvine baseball is back in the postseason for the first time in 7 years. The Eaters earned the Big West Conference automatic bid and are headed to the Stanford Regional to take on Nevada. UC Santa Barbara was selected to its 5th NCAA Regional in the last 8 seasons on Monday. The Gauchos earned an at-large bid and will head to the Tucson Regional to take on Oklahoma State. Both UC Irvine and UCSB will begin regional play on Friday. Even after taking 2 of 3 against Gonzaga, University of San Diego baseball did not make the tournament. The 2021 Toreros had the program's best winning percentage since 2008, finishing with a final record of 33-21, 19-8 in West Coast Conference play. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
I've been a part of this community for a long time, and giving back is what we do. That's why I'm so excited to tell you about the San Diego Giving Back Raffle, a benefit for Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego. Grand prize is this $4 million luxury home, or you could win a car, vacation, or cash. Everyone is guaranteed to win a prize. And you'll feel good knowing your raffle purchase goes to help families like the Lechugas. The next early bird deadline is June 18th.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on YourView and YourView.com. Brought to you by La Mesa Rehab, improving the lives of those afflicted by chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Learn more at LaMesaRehab.com.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Hey, great friends, welcome back to the 7 Mile Casino studios of Kaplan and Crew, along with Grande and the Brown Man. It is Tuesday, although it is the first day of our week. I hope everybody had a good and safe Memorial Day weekend. And our man Grande here celebrated un cumpleaños. Was it 35?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jesus, old ass mofo.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm 24, so who cares what the number says on my ID?
Right. And for me, I just look like I'm 24. So for me,
true.
I'm all good. I'm all good.
24 what?
24. What do you mean 24 what? 24 años.
When you say you look 24, you mean 24 what?
I mean
decades?
24. Hey now, hey, look at this. Look at this. Not a gray hair to be found here, my friend.
Oh.
Not a gray hair to be found.
Give it a week.
It'll grow out of the color.
Let some sun get into that.
All right, listen, let me tell you guys a quick story. This is a quick story from this past weekend, right? So on Sunday evening, I went to a wedding. When was the last time you were at a big affair? Like a wedding, a bar mitzvah, a quinceañera?
August.
August?
Yeah, I remember I actually went to a wedding mid-COVID. Like remember COVID was super scary for a while.
Yeah.
And then it like mellowed out in the summer, like to levels where people almost like we even talked about like people are over it, like blah blah blah. Went to a wedding in August, outdoor wedding.
I remember because you had umbrellas to keep the heat off of you. I remember. Yeah.
It's hot.
Right. It was hot. So interestingly, I went to a wedding this past weekend. And since March of 2020, since the Super Bowl of 2020, so February of 2020, I can't say I've been to any kind of a big, massive crowd like that. Now, look, in the last few weeks, I've gone to a Padres game and things like that. And sports have come back, youth sports. So I've been on the football fields on a Friday night, kids and stuff. So, but I haven't really been to an event like this. So this friend of mine, his daughter was getting married. And you guys have met my friend Jeffrey Essekow. He's the founder of the Challenge Athletes Foundation. You guys know Jeffrey, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Jeffrey's daughter was getting married, and the way they sent out invitations, but they told everybody this is a vaccinated wedding. So if you're not vaccinated, and I don't remember exactly how they phrased it, but if you're not vaccinated, essentially, thank you for being our friends, but unfortunately, we can't have you. So every person who was invited to this wedding and every person who was at this wedding had to send documentation of vaccination.
Was that an invasion of privacy, Scott? Did that bother you to share medical information about yourself? Was that a violation of a HIPAA law?
I don't think it was a violation of a HIPAA law if you were okay with sending your information. I mean, who knows? Maybe there were other people that said, hey, thanks a lot. I'm not getting vaccinated. I don't want to be vaccinated, so I don't want to come to your wedding. Or maybe it was, hey, wow, I really feel like that's a violation of my individual rights, and so have a great wedding. And I don't want to.
Did you opt out of not sharing your data with this couple, or are they going to turn around and sell your data to Facebook?
You know what's funny about this?
Or did you accept all cookies?
I listen, I accepted it all. Listen, here's the thing. So I sent my vaccination documentation and said, here you go. I wanted to come celebrate with them, their daughter's wedding. I had no issue with them asking for vaccination, and I was very happy to share this information. Everybody there, 200 plus people.
Damn.
I mean, I think it was that many people. Everybody was vaccinated. So nobody wore a mask. Nobody was social distancing. Nobody was acting like, wow, I don't know if I should come this close to you. Or, there was never the awkward handshake fist bump where you're not really sure. Do I shake? Do I fist? I don't really know. And then it turns into the fist shake. Everybody was behaving as if everything were normal.
It is normal.
Well, I think so. I
mean, at what point are we going to stop being surprised? Like, you really got to not leave your house to be surprised at the normalcy happening around you. I find it more like stunning now when establishments are still following rules.
Hey, you can't come in here without a mask. You're like, why not?
Got to be honest. Listen, I'm not saying even when June 15th comes, there's certain places where I would still maybe wear a mask. I don't know, but you kind of go around places and the staff isn't wearing masks anymore.
I haven't been to a single place where the staff is not wearing a mask. Someone tried to talk me into going to a nightclub.
You got to go to PB, dude.
No, okay.
Back to your roots, dog.
Yeah, man.
Listen, man, I don't
Back
want
to your 23-year-old haymaking days.
I ain't trying to. Listen, I'm not trying to really go around a place where the staff's not wearing masks yet. I mean, I'm not reckless, but still, that seems pretty reckless to me. If you're a staff member.
Well, here's the thing. So
I mean, what's the difference? Honestly, serious question.
Go ahead.
Are you really that reckless when there's an arbitrary date of 2 weeks from today where it's all going to disappear? It's just an arbitrary date. Like, in 2 weeks, is it that much of a difference?
If I know I'm vaccinated, but I can still get it, I'm not going to raise the chances of me going through that ordeal at work in a place like, I don't know, Mavericks. Great place. Not banging on Mavericks.
Don't know it.
But the old PB Bar and Grill.
23-year-old Scott.
Yeah. I would go in there and slay.
All day.
Maybe. I
That's
don't
so
blame.
funny.
I'm not saying you wouldn't. Relax.
Or
Big Scott.
how old
Relax,
was your
Big
hair?
Scott.
How old is your hair? 25?
Listen,
His hair 26, he says. Hair 26.
I may not be 23 and at a place called Mavericks and PB slaying, but I can be 50 and up at the Kraken in Cardiff and freaking slay. Because let me tell you something, fellas. I was there on Saturday, 3 to 6 p.m.
Was it? What?
By the way, well, during it used to be
real rowdy at 3 to 6 p.m.
That river behind the Kraken is disgusting.
Dude, listen, it used to be a biker bar, like a Harley bar, bikers and stuff. It's now become an e-biker bar. There are more e-bikes parked at what used to be a Harley Davidson biker kind of bar. There are more e-bikes parked and all locked up than ever before, but nobody's wearing a mask. Everybody's dancing on each other. Everybody's sweating. Look, all I'm saying is this, is I'm at this wedding this weekend. Vaccinations were required to go. Okay. If you didn't have a vaccination and if it wasn't in time and you weren't fully vaxxed, you were no longer invited. It wasn't intended to be nasty or mean-spirited. It's just that the groom and the bride were both physicians, they're both doctors, and 45 of their friends who are all doctors were all at this wedding. So everybody was vaccinated, and it made for a very, very comfortable environment. Now, back to the story that I wanted to tell you guys. So I'm sitting at the table with a bunch of buddies of mine, and they're all huge Padre fans. Okay, they're monster Padre fans. In fact, I'll go so far as to say, I might as well just say this, they're actually part owners of the Padres. These are investors in the Padres. So
not fans, they're owners.
Right. They're beyond fans. They're like monster owners, but they were lifelong fans before they ever became part owners. Okay. And they became part owners back years and years ago. This is pre-Peter Seidler. This is pre-spending whatever you want to spend. This is pre-Machado dollars. This is pre-Tatis dollars. This is back in the old days of crappy Padres, but they just wanted to be part of it.
They got in on the cheap.
They got in way on the cheap. Way on the cheap. In fact, at the time, they probably got involved in the Padres when the Padres were selling for about $400 million. And now the Padres are probably worth like $1.5 billion. So yeah, they got in on the cheap and they made a crap ton of money.
Nice.
But we're all sitting around the table in between dances, and we're talking Tatis nonstop. And here's the one thing people say. Did you see the play that Tatis he's at the bat and the ball comes inside and he's got these like spaghetti legs that somehow avoid the pitch and then he does the split. I mean, this is unbelievable what happens here. And it's like it's all anybody wants to talk about is how incredible of an athlete is Fernando Tatis. The way his body moves and gyrates. This is a guy, he's 6'4". He's big.
What was more impressive, that or him dodging the tag?
Well, that's another one. dodging the tag. Take a look at this. Was it which game was this? Which game was this yesterday? Okay, so this one was not something we had been talking about because the wedding was Sunday night. But when the Padres went to the Cubs, this is unbelievable. I mean, we've seen a lot of really weird plays, especially on the base path so far this season in baseball. But this one, where Tatis is caught stealing, I mean, he's dead meat. The juke and then get the foot onto second base while the control of stepping back. I don't know, guys. Which is
this is all? It's funny to me that yesterday. I would say the more impressive was yesterday. I think he was already out of the pitch the other one, and that was awesome though. But what was also funny about yesterday was that Javi Baez was the beneficiary of the dumbest play in baseball of all time last week against the Pirates. And then Baez does a dumb play yesterday. By instead of trying to tag Tatis, he's just going to throw it to second himself.
Baez.
But what I also think about
we missed that one last week. We should have, but
you missed it when you bounced.
Yeah,
me and Brown are talking
we played it.
Where he's running to first base, and then he goes running back home. In baseball, I've never seen anybody in between first and second and third and home, but nobody's ever gone back to home.
No, the best part about that too is when the first baseman throws it to home, Baez is like, he's safe. And then he ends up on second somehow.
Yeah.
Anyways, but you know what also makes a Tatis play with the splits awesome? And I've said this before. He legitimately got hurt doing the splits his rookie season. Like hurt, out for the year, hurt. And now he's turned it into a weapon. Like, I'm just going to do the splits anytime I can now. It took me out for the year, and now I'm going to do the splits anytime I can. The kid is incredible. I called him a magician yesterday on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, imagine a group of guys who are all sports fans sitting around at a wedding, two guys who are both, part owners of the Padres, but they're lifelong Padre fans and San Diegans before that. These two guys are sitting there like I've never seen anything like it. And the conversation is turning into this. And it's early, but still. Is Fernando Tatis, is he the greatest Padre that we'll ever see? And I know that sounds like an interesting, how can you ask that question? He's 180, 200 games into his career. Tony Gwynn had 3,000 some odd hits. How could you even be saying this about Tatis right now? But I don't think the Padres have ever had a player who is what Tatis is, where he's big and fast, and he's incredible. I mean, he's as clutch as can be. Dude hits bomb home runs. I mean, the numbers of home runs that he's hit versus games that he's missed, and how he's in the absolute top 1, 2, 3 of home runs in baseball, but he's missed 18 games. You look at the number of games that he's played versus the number of games that everybody else has played, and you go, how can Tatis have the same number of home runs as the guys at the very top? So
did you see today, Jeff Passan wrote an article on ESPN talking about how Tatis is legitimately, or it's early, but he has a legitimate shot, if you project out the rest of the season, of becoming baseball's first ever 50-50 player. So he's played in 38 of the Padres' 55 games so far. He's hit 16 home runs, which is tied in all of baseball, by the way, with, I believe, Vlad Guerrero, who has 50 more at-bats than Tatis. Mm-hmm. So he has 16 home runs. He has 12 stolen bases. So on average, the Padres have 107 games remaining. So let's say he plays 103, a couple days off. This is according to Jeff Passan. He's on pace to hit 59 home runs and steal 44 bases. That's freaking 59 home runs and 44 bases.
So when you ask the question, is he the greatest Padre we've ever seen? And I mean zero disrespect to Tony Gwynn, because Tony Gwynn was great, but Tony Gwynn was a hitter and just a hitter. This guy's more than just a hitter. He's entertaining when he's on defense. He's entertaining when he's running the bases.
Not so great on defense, though.
But it's entertaining.
Leads the league in errors.
It's entertaining. Give me the entertainment. Yeah, that's just how I feel. Give me the entertainment over the 2-6-3 or whatever the number is double play. Entertain me, bruh. And sometimes a little error here and there makes a little. Well, what's going to happen when they hit it to him again? Is he going to make a spectacular play? Is he going to fumble the easy play? I want to be entertained. He is entertaining me. He is the entertainment king right now. So I would say yes.
Yeah. I don't think the Padres have ever had anybody that can compare. I mean, you can go back and you can say, well, Tony Gwynn, every time he came up, it was, where's he going to put the ball? Or every time Trevor Hoffman came in, is he going to, get the save? Or every time Ken Caminiti had a ball hit to him, is he going to make some spectacular throw across the diamond? I mean, there's nobody in Padres history that is what Tatis is. And that was the conversation on Sunday night. It's like, when you talk about the Padres and you talk about baseball just in general, Tatis's name is right there at the very top of the conversation. And that to me is the most impressive part. So Alex, let's take a look at what happened over the weekend and let's kind of take a look at the standings here, because the Padres had gone into this past holiday weekend kind of hot, and then in the last 4 games have certainly cooled off. They actually dropped to second place. So many people really disappointed in Blake Snell. And, his reputation of last year in the World Series and getting pulled early for Tampa and what he could have done potentially against the Dodgers. I mean, that's what it's all about to me, is everybody's like, wow, this guy, they should have left him in. He could have done so much more damage. Maybe not. Maybe he would have gotten bombed. But Snell has been a big disappointment so far.
That was another big talking point on Sunday's game, too, is because they piggybacked Joe Musgrove, who basically had a no-hitter out of the bullpen because Snell was so terrible on Sunday. It's like, why did they do that? Because now you're putting yourself in a situation where you could lose on Monday. But Snell, he's so up and down, right? Like, I had this conversation with a buddy of mine yesterday, is why were the Rays so down to trade Blake Snell? What do they know that we don't know yet? Like, are we getting as advertised, or is he really still building into the pitcher he was for the Rays? Serious questions for Blake Snell, man.
I don't have any. I don't have any questions for Blake Snell. He'll come around. Again, we're going to need him in the end, and we've seen him come through in the end, in the postseason, where the moments matter. You can't necessarily say that about a lot of other people on this roster. So I've seen this guy perform against the team you're trying to beat when it mattered most, and was interfered with by the manager. So him trying to figure it out right now, I'm okay with that.
I know we keep saying the team that we need them to beat, but are the Dodgers really the team we need them to beat? Because the freaking Giants won 3 of 4 against them.
Dude,
and now they're in first place again.
Right, let's put it up on the screen for everybody that's watching. So the Dodgers and the Padres seem to have been battling for first and second, but then the Dodgers played the Giants in LA. And the week before, the Dodgers had gone to San Francisco and swept the Giants. And now the Giants come to LA and they take 3 out of 4, and the Giants move into first place. The Padres get pushed down to second place because of the last 4 games, and the Dodgers are now in third place. So, yeah, most of us did not expect the Giants to be part of this conversation. And I know I thought that the Giants wouldn't be part of the conversation on a day like today, but they still are. Now, check this out. Just like Alex got his swag behind him on his golf bag, take a look at this bad boy right here. I got them all swinged out. And I think that Fat Tony, he's going to have to tell us, but I think he got a cease and desist letter.
Why is he I thought he wasn't selling them.
I don't know, man. I don't know what he's doing with
saw the other guys that I saw San Diegoville, who actually was selling their own shirt as well. They definitely got a cease and desist letter because he was pumping it on his Instagram story. He's like, hey, I got a cease and desist letter. Buy them now because they're going away.
Yeah, I know people they seem to take it as like a badge of honor when Major League Baseball. Yeah, when they get a cease and desist.
If you're the Padres, let some of this stuff go, man. Let the swag train T-shirts go. Let this increases fan interest and player popularity. The chain is now popular. Like, these are things that come along with being a great Major League Baseball team, a national team. You think the Yankees are combing the social media web posts?
Probably.
Yes.
Really?
100%.
Them more than the Padres.
Right.
Probably.
Way more.
All right. So I want to see the shirt in the team store. I want to see the shirt in the team store.
Right. And
I want to see the shirt on MLB.com. I want to see it.
And you know what they want to do? The Padres? They want to own it. They want to sell it. They want to make money off it. They don't want Fat Tony or whoever else out there taking their logos, taking their intellectual property, and making money off of it. Now, I know what you're saying, but I'm just telling you, this is what they do.
If that's the case,
then
the Padres need to hire people like Fat Tony and make a T-shirt department at the Padres organization.
They already have one. It's called Fat Tony. He gives them the ideas. They send a cease and desist. They probably take the ideas, and then they make money off of it.
Because
See, here's the thing though, Browner. You can make a Swag Chain T-shirt. They have no problem with you selling and making Swag Chain T-shirts. But when you have that SD logo on there, that's theirs. And they don't want you to do
Well,
it.
right, and it's funny, isn't it? Funny, it's theirs. Machado comes up with this idea, gets this thing built, and now it ain't his anymore either. You know, it says
You're right.
SD on it.
Yeah, that's true.
See that, Browner? I like that hat, by the way, the OB hat. I see last week after Beer Friday with the guys from Hodad's. You went down there, got yourself a big old Hodad burger, got some OB lids, looking good, my man.
Yeah, dude, it was listen, fantastic burgers as always. Great location. I stood in the line for 20 minutes because I didn't realize that I was waiting to be seated as opposed to just going in and getting it to go. But OB in itself is a trip. It's a good time.
It is.
Scott, here you go.
Yeah, let me see.
We'll ask it.
Yeah. Is Fernando Tatis Jr. the best player the Padres have ever had? I think it's a great conversation. I think it's a great question. And I would ask everybody to go to sided.co, that's the website, or download the app Sided Debates on Apple or on Google. It's available for you. Hey, listen, you see our sponsors behind us: Corky's Pest Control, Mountain Trust Mortgage and Realty Services, Total T Clinic, Torrey Holistic, 7 Mile Casino. As always, I ask you to support these sponsors. And if you just go to our website, kaplanandcrew.com, and you click on any of the ads, they can take you there to their websites, and they can, you can find out more about these great companies, their support for this show in all formats. And so I always ask the great friends to support our sponsors. All right, coming up, got a lot more to get to. Lakers and Suns game 5 tonight. Suns seem to get better. Lakers seem to be getting worse. Let's talk about that coming up.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Hey, Dave Smith here. Make sure you listen to my show on the Mightier 1090, 6 to 10 p.m. Saturday and Sunday night. The only local sports talk in all of Southern California on the weekends, right here on the Mightier 1090.
The all-new and mightier 1090.
It's time to eat like you won't always be wearing elastic waistbands. With Pollo Fit Bowls, made with organic super greens from El Pollo Loco.
Don't worry, Gracie. The curtain only goes up when everyone has a part to play. Whoa, okay, I gotcha. Uh-oh, whoa, watch out for those audio cables.
I'm gonna be sick.
To the left! I am not going out there without Gracie.
Neither am I. A little help?
No pressure.
I've been a part of this community for a long time, and giving back is what we do. That's why I'm so excited to tell you about the San Diego Giving Back Raffle, a benefit for Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego. Grand prize is this $4 million luxury home, or you could win a car, vacation, or cash. Everyone is guaranteed to win a prize. And you'll feel good knowing your raffle purchase goes to help families like the Lechugas. The next early bird deadline is June 18th.
Adios, love handles.
Adios, couch.
Adios, Quarantine 15.
Say adios to the quarantine bod with Pollo Fit Bowls, made with fire-grilled chicken and organic super greens from El Pollo Loco.
Kaplan and Crew tonight presents Sports in a Minute.
University of San Diego and San Diego State men's golf's run in the NCAA championship came to an end on Sunday. University of San Diego wrapped up one of their best seasons in program history with a 27th place finish. The Toreros' bid to the NCAA Regionals was their first since 2015, and their qualifying for the championships was the fourth time in program history, the first time since 2011. San Diego State finished the tournament tied for 25th place. The Aztecs finished the 2021 season with 2 team victories, 7 top 5 finishes, and 3 individual titles. SDSU's Pua Anupansubsai led the Aztecs for the 5th tournament in a row and finished 1 shot out of a playoff to determine the final individual qualifier from a non-advancing team. I'm Haley Stasiak. That's your sports in a minute. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Hey, it's Pharrell here, inviting you to catch my shows on the Mightier 1090. We're on twice every Monday through Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. and 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific. Trust me, all the other sports stations are sleeping with your wife.
The all-new and Mightier 1090.
The Olympic Games, where the world's best athletes will compete on the most prestigious stage. Catch all the action leading up to the Olympic Games on Guide to the Games every Tuesday on Your View. The series examines the qualification process, the history of the Games, and the teams and athletes that are expected to shine, plus information about the rules, events, and competitors. Don't miss Guide to the Games, Tuesdays on Your View.
Love promise moments are part of the mission of what we do here at Subaru El Cajon. A love promise moment is when we as human beings deliver an experience beyond exceptional to any one of our guests, and then that guest's life is positively affected by that interaction. It's amazing to watch what happens when two human beings talk on that level and create something magical. And sometimes they drive away with a car, sometimes they don't, but we've had an impact on that person's life, and that's the magic. You know, our employees react to things like Make-A-Wish, Feeding San Diego, and the other groups we help by jumping in.
This year, through COVID, we were able to help a little girl out and got her a rather large scooter that she needed for mobility.
We gave up our Christmas party as employees, and we actually adopted a wish of a young girl here in El Cajon, and we gave her a 3-wheel scooter so she didn't have to use her wheelchair all the time. It gives me goosebumps even thinking about it.
Let's take it up a notch with Kaplan and Crew tonight's Premium Boost, powered by the Mightier 1090.
Welcome to the Jacobs & Cushman San Diego Food Bank and our 90,000 square foot facility. We feed 350,000 people every single month. Many people ask, how can I help? You can volunteer for the San Diego Food Bank. Just go to san-diegofoodbank.org, register to volunteer. No group is too small, no group is too large, but those volunteers are integral to our success in feeding the community. Another way you can help is by hosting a food drive. Just go online and register your group, your company, or organization. It's that easy. Another great way is through our virtual food drive, where you can literally buy food on our behalf. Lastly, another great way to make an impact is to go online and make a financial contribution to the San Diego or North County Food Bank. On behalf of the San Diego Food Bank, our staff, our volunteers, and the 350,000 people we serve every month, thank you for helping us fight hunger and feed hope in San Diego County.
Casa De Amparo has been around since 1978, and now we're in the Twin Oaks Valley in San Marcos with a beautiful campus. We work with children and families who've experienced chronic trauma over their lifetime, and we're here to help heal that.
I always told myself, you know, seeing that my mother passed away through domestic violence, that I would never put myself in that position. And if it ever happened, like, I would leave. But it's easier said than done.
These are foster youth who are not able to manage in a foster home environment. My husband and I have been a part of the San Marcos community in our businesses since 1993.
One of the beautiful things about Kayleen, she started here at Casa De Amparo years ago when we were at the shelter with a church group.
How can we best give back is to volunteer our time.
Because without donors like Bassett, we would not be able to provide the services we provide.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's Premium Boost is powered by the Mightier 1090. Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Shelter to Soldier selects dogs from shelters and rescue groups all throughout California. Our ideal candidate at Shelter to Soldier is 8 months to a year and a half old. They're confident in different environments. They have strong social drive, another motivator like food or toy drive. And ultimately, these are dogs that want to have a job and that have a greater purpose to become a service dog. currently about 85% of our dogs pass their service dog training. But if they don't pass, they become a career change. We don't like to use the word failure around here. So career change to an emotional support animal, or if that doesn't work out, then they career change to a pet dog, still finding a loving placement and purpose in life.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific, every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio, SoCal Sports Talk.